you will be getting to know each other better and build friendship. Thank you.
Thank you, Esther. And next, Joshua, please.
Hi, Joshua here. I'm from Sabah, North Borneo, and I'm a father of one son and a husband of one wife. And I currently live in Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, nice to meet everyone.
Okay, thank you. Okay, everyone. I hope this, I think all of us, I call all of your name, right? Or there is anyone that I didn't call your name yet? I think all of your name I already called, right? Okay, next, we're gonna move further to our program. Our topic for this month is knowing Malaysia. But before that, we will see Cinta Baca's video. I think maybe some of you do not know about Cinta Baca yet. So before we go further to our topic, we will see our Cinta Baca's video first. Here we go. Okay, that's about Cinta Baca. After this, we're gonna discuss about our topic knowing Malaysia. Our friend from Malaysia will share about that. But before that, we will see a video about Indonesia. We hope our friend from Malaysia also know a little bit about Indonesia through this video. Okay, we will see this.
Do you believe in wonders? In the warmth that touches your heart? In the wind that brings joy to your soul? It's a calling that starts you on a journey, awakens all of your senses. There are smiles and laughter, embracing and welcoming. Your heart leaps. To a land that takes you in its heritage, in the richness of its culture, in the liveliness of its people. Excitement, waves of never-ending challenges, taking you deeper. Further, higher. Over there, the path lies before you. The beauty draws you in. The colors bring life to imaginations. the tallest peak. Sense the wonders.
Okay, that's about Indonesia. Now here it is, the peak of this event, knowing Malaysia. We will hear about Malaysia from our friend. So I give this time to you, Paul and Esther and Josh, please.
Hello. Good afternoon again. If I could have Mr. Samuel, if I'm not wrong, right? He'll be handling the slides for me, yeah? So, Samuel, if I could have my slides up, please. So the format of how we will be doing it today is, yeah, um, we will be, Esther will be focusing on the topic of Kuala Lumpur. Then we'll move on to, I will take over for the subsequent ones. And so for this particular session, I think we will skip this one. Can you go to the next slide? This particular slide was on the Q&A, but we are following a different arrangement now. So I'll let Esther begin first, and then we will carry on from there. That's okay.
Hi. Yeah, let me explain to you about Malaysia. Malaysia, we have our formal language is Malay, so everybody have to study Malay from primary school until secondary school. And we also learn English, and Chinese can learn Mandarin in the school, and Tamil for the Indian students. So we have majority are the Bumi Putra, 63%, Malay, the majority, but also have the Orang Asli, the Aborigines. They are Iban, Kadazan, Duzun, Dayak. They are in East Malaysia. And Chinese, about 21%, Indians about 6%, and others 11%. So majority, they believe in Islam, then we have Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, and others. And I live in Kuala Lumpur, the capital city. And this is a very busy, because it's our major city. So we have many attractions in this place, but also have 3 major rivers, Sungai Bulu, Sungai Gombak, and Sungai Klang. And let me introduce you to this place of attraction. I think many of you saw the pictures of Twin Towers. And in these Twin Towers, we can find a park called Klcc Park. And you can enjoy the views, very beautiful. And yeah, children can play in the pools anytime. And I would like you to have a tour to Klcc first before you go to any other place, because this is the most attractive place for you to have enjoy. And also from there you can take LRT, the public transportation, to many other places. You can go to the wetland in Putrajaya, or you can go to the zoo, the garden, or the National Zoo, and so on and so forth. So yeah, now I proceed for okay. Let me introduce you also the picture on the top right. You will see there's a marketplace. We call the Chinatown. I think you'll see the lantern, the red lanterns that is like symbolic of the Chinese culture. And also, yeah, there are some of the places you can go also. If you come over, then yeah, we can introduce you to the big shopping malls and all that. Yeah. And this is Nasi Lemak. I think quite similar to Indonesian food. It's very nice. Got chicken, the anchovies, cucumber, eggs, peanuts. Yeah. Most important is the pelajar, the chili sauce is very nice. I think you all maybe see the food, you will be thinking of eating it already. Yeah. Okay. So this is the public transportation that we have, the LRT and also MRT. Yeah, and also quite nice, the view of the city that you can tour around. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now it's the Paul's turn.
Thank you, Esther. Yes, indeed, that was a very superficial introduction for Kuala Lumpur. You can always find out more if you can ask us much more questions. And if I'm not wrong, Kak Lilis, they are allowed to ask any questions anytime, right? So we will just pick up questions along the way. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Excellent. So just feel free to ask. Don't feel shy. We're all here to learn English and make friends. So yeah. The next topic, the next place on our list is actually the Penang. So Penang is named after the betel nut tree, Pokok Pinang. So I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with a betel nut tree. It's kind of it's something that you chew together with it's chewed as a sort of I won't say, I don't want to say use the word drug, but it's something to a bit of a stimulant. It's a bit of a stimulant that people use it for chewing. Next, please. So Penang, the state of Penang, is made up of 2 different parts. We have Penang Island, which is connected to the mainland. Next one, please. Next slide, please. Oh, we are missing a few slides. Sorry, go back previously. Okay, we have Penang Island on the left, and the mainland is actually on the right. Sorry, there seems to be a bit of a few missing slides in between, but you can roughly see how it's made up of. It's how the state is like. You have connected by 2 major bridges, which is actually a famous landmark. The Penang bridges are quite a famous landmark. When you visit, you definitely be seeing it, and it's the stuff you see on a lot of postcards for Penang as well. Next, please. Penang, it is a UNESCO heritage site. We received this recognition in 2008. and it is because of our supposedly unique architectural and cultural landscape. So I would like to say that one of the places you must visit when you're in Penang is Georgetown. Georgetown is the capital of Penang, and it has, next please, murals. And you might be surprised as to what's so special about these murals, but actually these murals have more or less become a worldwide attraction at this point. So a lot of people who come to Penang, they actually come just for the sake of some photography with these murals, because the artist who painted it, he was actually a Lithuanian artist. He's not a Malaysian, but he was hired by the government because of his style of art, where he uses a mixture of this, real life props. Next, please. A real life props, like for example, he actually paints the children, but he uses a real life bicycle to as part of his artwork. And these artworks all are supposed to portray the lifestyle and the culture of the people using everyday occurrences or everyday common objects. Next, please. So, of course, Georgetown is being one of the Georgetown as one of the colonial ports of Malaysia. Colonial meaning it was set up when the British were still in control of Malaysia. That was so this particular building here, the Penang City Hall, was built in 1903 by the British. So it was their government building, but subsequently when we gained independence, we took over it, and it's now it still functions as the local government city hall. So whenever you're in Georgetown, one of the big things to do is, of course, take a look at the architecture of the place. I know that might seem a bit biased because I'm an architect, but there is actually a lot of things you can actually learn and find out from the place. I'm sure that a lot of places in Indonesia, you also a lot of landmarks are also famous buildings and because of the architecture. So next, please. Another place we have is the Penang Hill. So Penang Hill is one of the more natural destinations that you want to go there for the nature. You want to see the nature, you want to enjoy some time away from the city. It's a relaxing place. You can take a train up or you can hike up. So if you're up in the mood for a bit of challenge, the hiking trail is something about 6 km. Not too bad, but you can also choose to take a train. This train is one of the oldest running trains in Malaysia. Well, the oldest running train route in Malaysia since they first started. Of course, it has been much more modernized now. Next, please. And yeah, Penang Hill is not only about it's not just one hill. It has a few hills. It's a collection of a few hills. So there's a lot of different things on those hills. One of it is the Botanical Gardens. And this Botanical Gardens, if you're actually aware that Singapore has a Botanical Gardens, some of the specimens, in fact, a lot of the specimens, when they first set up the Singapore Garden, came from this particular garden because this garden was set up first and subsequently Singapore's garden was set up. Next. Yeah, one good thing, one unique thing is you can actually take the time to visit the different points of interest on those hills. So one of the things is when you get up to the top, of course, you want to take some time to maybe relax, see the views up top. That is one. And there's some observation points of observation where you can actually spend some time there. Yeah, so you want to take a bit of time to walk around and see the sightsee. Next, please. And of course, I cannot leave out Penang Laksa. If there's one food you got to try in Penang, you have to try the Penang Laksa. I honestly do not know how similar or how different it is from the laksas you have over there, but this is one thing that has been very much a tradition of Penang. So we have a different variants, right? Generally, the basic idea is that it is made of rice noodles. It is eaten with this fish broth, fish soup, and it is topped with various different vegetables and pineapples. You can top it with fish meat, and some of them you can see from there the different variations. Some of them have prawn paste, the black paste in a spoon is made of prawns. And there are different variants around. So if you're in Penang, you can't just try one. You don't want to just try one Penang Laksa at one shop and then that's it for the entire state. You want to maybe go around and try a few variants. Next, please. Yeah, overview. I would say my advice to you personally is take the ferry. So if you're going to Penang, you arrive at the mainland. If you remember, there's a mainland area of, you take a ferry from the mainland over. It's not too long, about 30 minutes. So you get to take a slow ride. Because if you're driving, of course you'll be crossing over the iconic bridge, but you can't stop and take photos because you're driving. They don't allow you to clog up the highway. So taking a ferry is one great way you can actually take really good shots right from the get-go. Then of course visit the different places, the different architecture around there, because Penang was actually coming from a place with three different races. This particular, if you look at the picture below the ferry, this particular place is one of my favorite places in Penang, the Blue Mansion. It's built by a Chinese merchant, but there's a lot of influence from other races and other religions. Because being a merchant at that time, you are in very close contact with the Malays, with the British, with the Indian people. So you have a lot of different designs there. You can actually stay there. That is actually been turned into a hotel now. Yeah, and take your time to eat everything. And another thing is, of course, check your timing, because this is a historical city. A lot of times the sites and landmarks that you want to visit might have certain operating hours. So you want to plan ahead for that. Next, please. I think we'll be going into Malacca. Malacca, of course, is named after the Malacca tree. The English name is Indian gooseberry. Next, please. And it is named because of the legend of a local legend saying that this is a mouse deer, by the way. This cute little fella, he's a mouse deer. The local legend says that why Malacca was named after this tree is because a particular ruler, Parameswara, he had an encounter with a mouse deer under a Malacca tree. And this particular mouse deer he had his dog with him, but the mouse deer happened to fight with the dog to the point where the dog fell into the river because the mouse deer kind of was aggressive enough to attack it. So this particular incident was very profound to Parameswara, because he realized that, the mouse deer is a really tiny deer. It's the smallest deer species in the world, but he's able to fight off a dog. So the lesson that he learned from that was not to underestimate the tiny and diminutive looking species. Next, please. Yeah, because of that, of course, he subsequently named the state after the Malacca tree. Malacca is one of the earliest sultanates and a major trading port, even before the Portuguese arrival. When the Portuguese arrived in 1511, next, please. We're missing again another slide, sorry. Partly also because it's the port, it is an important port because of its location along the Strait of Malacca. Of course, on the left side of the map, you see that is Indonesia, and the Strait of Malacca, actually, this particular area of the Strait of Malacca is at its narrowest location. So that's what makes Malacca strategic as a port. We'll move on. Malacca is also another place of UNESCO heritage. We also had it receive our recognition in 2008 because of the history of exchange of culture between the East and the West. The place of interest is Malacca City, which is basically the capital of Malacca. They call it Malacca City. Next, please. Again, I would draw your attention to the history and architecture because, again, it is very much representative of what Malacca actually is. Because Malacca was actually colonized by three major countries at that time. We have the Portuguese. We were colonized by the Portuguese for 130 years. Then we were colonized by the Dutch for another 180 years. Then only the British came for another 130 years. So there's a lot of influence from these three colonial powers, and that has, of course, again influenced the architecture, the buildings. So you have temples built right next to mosques, or mosques built right next to churches. So there's a very big, very strong intertwining of these different history and architecture for religious buildings and for the common buildings as well. Next, please. So one place you probably have to go is the Jonker Walk, which is where a lot of the people, a lot of sellers, they set up their shops alongside this historical street. So that is where you want to go if you are picking up, say, souvenirs, you're looking for food. It's more or less the place to go when you're in Malacca. Next, we are, yeah. So that is one place I would recommend you to go for sightseeing. Of course, you can start from there and move outwards, but it's a good place to start. Next, please. Yep, like I said, these are the different scenes, the different historic landmarks. Up top there, on the top left, you can actually go for this Taming Sari Tower. That is a full 360 view of the city. Next, please. And if there's one food you need to try, I would say you need to try the Noria Cuisine. So Nyonya, again, I'm not sure how this compared to your food over there, but Nonya is basically the result of Chinese spices and Chinese cooking techniques using Malay or local cooking styles. So it's basically a combination of Chinese and Malay cooking styles, spices, cooking techniques. So it creates a very distinct and very unique flavor. So, yeah, overall, do visit the historical places. Try the Nonya cuisine. Wear casual. Yes, you'll be doing a lot of walking. I don't recommend you to do driving because the streets there are still very much historical. They're very narrow streets. So rent a motorbike, take public transport, and yeah, get ready to get a bit sweaty and out. You know, you'll be out in the sun. Next, that's it. So that's all we have for our quick introduction to Malaysia. Of course, this is a very, very superficial kind of introduction. There's way more places you can go to in Malaysia. Yeah, I think I'll probably reserve the rest of the time for any questions you have. Kak Lilis, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Paul. And did you already visit all the places that you saw us?
Oh, now I'm a bit disappointed. I should have picked a bit more less general places. So where are some of the other places that you have been to? And sorry, when did you actually get to visit these places?
Hmm. Hmm.
So Kak Lilis, right now we're open for questions, right?
I'm sorry, Paul. Once
Right now,
again.
right now we're open for questions, right? For Q&A.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Hmm. We already talked about KL, Penang, and Malacca. First, I want to ask you, all of member here. I want to ask you, from all of you, who's that already have been go to Malaysia? Can you raise your hand?
Oh,
Not yet?
not
None
yet.
of you?
No,
Same
not yet.
like me. I didn't go to Malaysia yet. So
Oh.
I think we have to make a plan. Make a plan to go there. Our friend Paul and Esther already told us about KL, Penang, and Malacca. Now, I want to ask you, for Paul,
yes.
what do you think about KL? If we go to KL, what place is the most that you recommend for us to go?
Oh, thank you. One place in KL, the mosque. A mosque. I would actually say you probably would want to go to one of the mosques in there's a really, really beautiful mosque in Putrajaya. So Putrajaya, yes, a bit further from the KL City Center. Putrajaya is basically the administrative center for our government now. So they have this really, really beautiful mosque that has been built almost like it's like floating on the center of a lake. So it's been built on a lake, and that is the the dome. The dome of the mosque is built with separate pieces of lead glass. So it's not one smooth dome. You actually see very beautiful use of glass and motifs on the entire building. So that is in Putrajaya. But if you're going to KLC City Center, like where I was talking about just now, you can go to the mosque at the. There are in fact different mosques for that show different historical elements in KL. So the mosque, there's a central mosque. I need to look the name of that one. Esther, do you remember the mosque in?
Yeah, Masjid Jami is the
Yeah,
easiest to reach.
yeah. Masjid Jami is one of it. So there really is quite a few mosques around. Of course, our national mosque, you can't miss that. So something unique about our national mosque is that we don't have the traditional that shape of the dome. It's actually the dome is actually designed like a folded umbrella. So I have been to that particular mosque as part of our case study as well during my course. Yeah, I think that would be a good place for anyone actually to visit.
Okay. That's the places that Paul recommend for us to go. What do you think? Do you want to say something or a question, please? Any one of you say it, please?
Yes, I have question. I have question about Kedah. Maybe you can give explanation about Kedah, maybe. Kedah, state of Kedah. Because
please,
we have.
Esther or Paul, maybe can.
Kedah, state of Kedah. Kedah is up towards the north. What is it about Kedah that you have any particular interest in?
Because in Aceh we have the name of village, Kampung Kedah. In Banda Aceh City, we have Kampung Kedah. The background of Kampung Kedah is the Melayu from Kedah came to Aceh, and then they become to Aceh people. It is 100 years ago. Maybe.
I see. Yeah. So Kedah is our northernmost state. So it's way up there, way up top, which, if I remember correctly, Aceh is also up top, right?
Yes.
So I think that's where the connection happened. That is possible. I don't quote me on this. That's I suppose one of the possible reasons where you have a strong connection to Kedah. Kedah is, when we think of Kedah as Malaysians, we actually think of this paddy rice.
Yeah.
Because Kedah is the Kedah flag itself has this is symbolic of rice, and Kedah state is actually one state I have not been. I have been to Langkawi, one of the islands up north, but Kedah on the whole I've not been to. I can't say I'm very familiar, but it's so Kedah. I suppose that is pretty much as much as the I only know I can make relations to the geographical location. Esther, have you been to Kedah before?
Just the border, because when I cross over to Thailand, I have to pass by Kedah. Yeah, the border gate is there.
Right. I do have friends from Kedah. The capital of Kedah is Alostar. Right. So I do have friends from Kedah who have come to KL to study. That's where I met them. I think they're really nice people. I actually like the way they are much more. They actually, compared to a lot of more city people, they're actually much more this is a personal, I see this personally. I feel that they are much more patient. They're very nice people. Again, I think Kedah has very strong connections also with Thailand because they're just at the border. So they will have very much more influence from the Thailand's design, Thailand's architecture. Yeah. So if you come and you visit Kedah, maybe you can tell me and then I'll visit Kedah and we can find out together as well because I'm not very familiar with Kedah.
Questions?
Okay. Syed, are you finished? Another question before the other?
Okay, finish with Kedah.
Okay. Maybe next time we can make another topic about how mixed culture between Aceh and Malaysia, because there is a place, some place like Pahang in Aceh, we have Putro Pahang, that maybe Syed, because he is a history teacher, he understand about history about Malay and Malaysia and Aceh. Maybe next month we can discuss it. But for now, the other question, please, Jack,
Yes.
from Lampung, Sydney. It's your turn.
Yes, yes. I have 3 questions.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's too much, Jack.
Actually 10 questions, but no. 3 questions. The first, when the students in Malaysia study English, because we know Malaysia is the colony of English, and sometimes I see the colony of English is better in English, like Indian, Sri Lanka. So when the students in Malaysia study English, the second about Penang. Sometimes I meet the Indonesian. They go to Penang Hospital. I said, why you go to Penang? How about KL? Because KL is the capital. But why they go to Penang? Is a hospital in Penang is better than the hospital in other area. So why many people, sick people, go to Penang, not go to KL? Yeah, that's my question. And the third, my last questions. How long or how many hours from KL to Penang by bus? Because I am backpacker tourist. You know, backpacker tourist is mean tourist without with less money. Less money.
Without money,
Yes.
Low budget.
Without money, backpacker. So how long from KL to Penang by bus? No becak ya, jangan becak, by bus. Kalau becak nggak nyampe. That's it. My questions. Thank you from Sydney.
Thank you, Jack. Esther, you want to answer the first one on the how? Is it your question? Is how they learn English? Is it?
Yeah. Students learning English in Malaysia.
Let me answer. Generally, we can start studying English from the kindergarten. Like 3 years old, the children can be sent to kindergarten. They can start learning. So it's quite easy if you start from very young. If those like, I think parents who are English or Malay educated, some of them, they don't let their children study Chinese. They emphasize on English. So these children, they have more opportunity to practice. And some of them go to international schools, so their English are very well. But some more conservative Chinese, they want their children to learn more Mandarin. I am the one like that. So our English is not as good as those. There are 2 types. For Indians, I think they can pick up English quite easily.
Thank you.
In general, English is a core subject from right from the beginning.
Yes.
So we have to learn that. And on the whole, we do use English fairly often, especially in the cities.
Yeah, so that's right.
That is, we do have a lot of usage in that sense.
Yeah.
So your second question was regarding Penang. Why do people go there for medical?
Yes.
You know, what is it? So actually, Penang is what they call a medical tourism hotspot. And so first things first, I'll get this out of the way. Why people go to Penang instead of KL? Simply put, KL's prices are much higher. So KL being the capital city, and because of the status of its much more bigger and in a way more expensive environment, everything tends to be more expensive. So for example, if I want to go to I'm looking to do a particular surgery, the same surgery is going to cost different in Penang, in KL, and in say Kedah. Now the thing is that Penang is basically the number 2 most modern city, or rather the in terms of infrastructure, in terms of medical specialists, it is almost as good, or in fact just as good, maybe even better than KL. But the difference is because of the environment. Because of the environment, you can actually get the same treatment done at a lower price. And of course, one reason I suspect probably it's Penang is probably nearer to Aceh, or Penang might be a nearer option where it is less competitive. It's easier to get to lah. So that is one reason why actually, yes, you do have people going to Penang just for that medical tourism. And comparatively, I actually just realized, just found out this recently from talking to another person as well. Penang does have pretty good medical facilities in comparison to the surrounding area. Because in the surrounding area, you're looking at Thailand, you're looking at other states, other less developed states like Kedah, all that. So in that entire area, somehow Penang has been able to develop their medical facilities to a point where people feel it's worth going there for the price they're getting. If you're flying over to KL, it's probably something way more expensive, you know, because they're going further, because of the city status, all that. And your third question, from KL to Penang, it's a long journey. Esther, do you know how many hours of bus ride it is?
Yeah, about 5 hours.
It's about 5 hours by bus. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can, but if you have time, I would say don't do a direct trip. If you're backpacking, there's a lot of places to stop by along the way. Say you fly from Indonesia and you arrive in Penang Airport or KL Airport, and you want to visit either way, there are different stops along the way that you can, you know, there's Ipoh along the way, there are other states along the way that have many other stuff to experience as well. So you might want to take a bit of time to perhaps travel down slowly and get the most out of the trip you're spending.
I'm still asked about the Penang. Is Penang be a national health center in Malaysia or not?
Penang National Health Center.
Penang or KL, like in Indonesia, Jakarta. If there's a very bad situation for the patient, they go to Jakarta. Is Penang is like a center of health in Malaysia or still KL? Or...
Okay, I think I can answer, right? I think it's KL is the major health center, but for Penang, they have many private health centers that are famous.
Okay, I see.
And KL is still the current health center.
Oh, okay.
But Penang is slowly emerging.
Okay.
So it is getting really, really advanced to the point where it can really compete with KL at this moment. But like I said, because it's not so established yet, it's still can you can still afford it at lower rates. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. There is another question from the others. Safrizan, do you want to say something? Do you want to ask our friend from Malaysia? Please, Sofrizan.
No, I'm sorry, I'm talking with my friend here. No. Maybe other friend here, there's question for the forum. No, I just want talking with my friend here because this my background is I changed. I'm working right now. Sorry. Okay. Okay.
Okay. The other, maybe have another question about Penang, Malacca, and KL. We can see from the presentation. Penang Hill is a beautiful place, right? I hope we can go there. Actually, like some friend here, Rio, I, and another friend, Aulia, actually, we have a plan to go to Malaysia, but it's still only a plan, not become realistic until now. I mean, because of pandemic and so many reasons. But we hope after this we can rearrange our plan and we can go there. But one question from me, if you know, like Jack said about backpacker, what maybe it's about accommodation, like maybe like not a big hotel, but maybe we can say it like in Indonesia, maybe homestay.
Houseman.
Not losmen. Yeah, but like homestay, it's not a big hotel, so it's more cheaper than a hotel, I mean. So it's for students or a person with low budget, it's easier for us to go there. We can still enjoy many places, but not too many expenses. What accommodation you recommend for us?
Esther, you want to go a bit of that first?
Yeah. Actually, for example, I have tried once to go to Ipoh. Ipoh is not far from KL. If you take the train also 2 hours, you can reach Ipoh. And I just booked, online booking. And then I can get this place. It's very nicely situated near to the town and have good rooms. And there are 4 single bunks. So you can have 4 ladies in the same rooms and quite reasonable. And downstairs, the restaurants, you can go and have your breakfast, lunch, dinner. So it's quite nice place. I think nowadays very easily can get booking through online. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Kak Lily, it's definitely possible to travel on a budget. There is, you will definitely be able to find places, even within a city. There are places you can stay for a fairly low rate. Yeah.
Okay. So, friends from Lampung and Aceh, if we go to Malaysia, we have so a lot information. And Paul and Esther, if we go to Malaysia, maybe you can help us. We can meet together in one place, and you can help us to go around.
Sure. I actually, during my uni days, I visited Indonesia as well. So we did some connection before we went with some of the people there. So I visited Jakarta, Jogja, Bali, and Bandung. So of course, before you get there, you definitely would like to have some of the locals, get to know some of the locals before you go there to bring you around, perhaps. So yeah, for sure, I understand that you definitely will want somebody you can, yeah.
Okay. The others, do you have any question?
No question, maybe opinion, maybe at least.
Yes, please, Said.
Yes, about the first question about English. We learn English, same Indonesian, Malaysian. We have same English, same grammar, but the difference is implementation of English. Indonesia, for Indonesian people, we learn English for only lesson. But in Malaysia, it is formal language. It is really different with Indonesia because different implementation, and then Malaysian people or Indian or Pakistani, Bangladesh or Sri Lanka, they can speak very well in English. Or Brunei people, maybe Singapore, at this time they can speak English very well because it is the implementation of English in formal language. But in Indonesia only less. We don't have implementation like that.
Yes, I think you're very correct when you say it's all about the implementation, because there are people in Malaysia as well. There are Malaysians who don't really use English every day, or if they are. For me myself, I actually come from an English-speaking family, so I have been able to. So I think that's one reason why we are all here, because this is a great place where you can just, start speaking. And yeah, in the beginning, it might not be very smooth, or you might get some mistakes here and there, but that's all part of learning. I think it happens to everybody. Yeah. Thanks, Saeed.
Yes.
Yes, question.
Okay, please, Afrizan.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, before I'm sorry. Okay, there's a question for this group. I want to ask for our friends in Malaysia. Mr. Paul, how is the Malaysians build a system to make the English to be their we have a system basically. How to say? How is Malaysia built the English to be can use the English in your daily activity. So we have Malays, Ras, that's Indonesians is have maybe there's can interpretations in the school in Indonesian like that.
One of the things our government actually did.
Sorry.
So one of the things that our government did in trying to help us develop English was actually to use English. Sorry, can you hear me?
Hello. I can't hear you.
Hello,
can you hear?
Hello. Okay, I can hear now.
Can hear, yeah? All right. So one of the things that our government has did previously was to use English in to teach maths and science. So everything in maths and science was taught in English. That was one of their efforts to build the English language. But I think on the whole, a lot of us who eventually went, a lot of my friends rather, who actually got better in English is because they went to universities, to private universities, where in a way you're forced to speak English in your presentation, in your day-to-day lectures and all that. So again, I think the key is really much, if you want to improve in English, you have to use it yourself. So that is where you can watch. One of the major things is a lot of our movies. I'm sure movies is one big factor in wanting to learn English, to pick out the movies on a different media. Yeah.
But in Indonesia is from elementary school, high school, junior school, high school to university. We usually study English, not only in English course, not only the major of English, but all study English. But in a daily activity, we study from children and high school, junior school, university. But in a daily activity, we cannot use the English to be our second language in Indonesian. That's why I say I think why Indonesians cannot position just English to be our daily language, but why like Philippines, Malaysia or some nation in Southeast Asia, that they can use that language even they mother language is not English. Maybe there's how to compare it, because we study English too from junior high school.
In that sense, I think what Abang Said said just now was quite correct. Because of our colonial background, because the British were a big part of our colonial background, so initially there was already a very strong English presence here. In fact, even today in Sabah and Sarawak, English is still one of their official government. They still use English as one of their official government language. So yeah, in that sense, we do have a so-called head start. But again, I would say it's again up to you, right? There are still people, there are still Malaysians who can't really speak English. I still have friends who can't really converse that much. So you really, you know, it's really up to you. I will encourage you to really just keep at it, man.
Okay. Maybe big impact of the colonial, maybe.
Perhaps, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you, Safrizan. Thank you, Paul. And if we have no other question, I will. It's not a game. It's just to know each of us more. So we have about 12 minutes more. I want to ask all of you. We're gonna make like this. Yeah, maybe it's like a game, but I will ask you like this. I will give you 3 sentences. It's about me. So, and then in these 3 sentences, 2 of these are true about me. But one of these is false, not true about me. So I ask you to guess which one. You can show me with your finger. So I hope you open your video when I said 3 sentences about me. You guess which one is wrong about me. Okay? I give you an example about me. Okay, open your video, show me with your finger. Okay, first, I have ever been go to Bali. Okay, the second one, I have ever been go to Jakarta. The third one, I have ever been go to Papua. So guess from these 3 sentences, which one are false about me? So 2 are right, 1 is false. Which one? Give me your finger so I know. Guess. Syed, number
2.
Number 2. Okay, Esther, number 3. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I tell you the truth. I have ever been go to Bali and Jakarta, but I never go to Papua yet. So that's about me. And now you have to give 3 sentences to all of us, okay? I will ask Rizky Safira. Okay, Kiki, you give us 3 sentences about you. Okay, your turn.
I have ever. Is that? Can I use the example for me?
Yes, you can use it.
Do I have to tell where?
Yes, it's about places.
Okay. I have ever been to Jakarta. I have ever been to KL. And the third one is I have ever been to Bandung. Is that correct?
So we choose the false about that 3 sentences, right? About you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I choose number 2. Everyone, give your number. Iksan,
Yes.
Which one the false about you? Okay, Kiki.
Okay, the answer is number 2. I have never been to KL yet, but I wish I could go someday. And I have never been to Jakarta and Bandung, but not KL.
Okay, because the first, all of us say that we didn't go to Malaysia yet, right? Okay, next, Rio. Muhammad Rio Fariza, please your turn now. Give us 3 sentences about you, so we know you more. Okay, Rio, please. Where is Rio? Come on, Rio.
Okay. One, I've been to Jakarta. Number 2, I have been to Medan. Number 3, I have been to Manado.
Okay.
Please choose one.
Aulia, what number are you? Safrizan, where is your number? Where is your finger? Okay. Kiki, where is your finger? Okay. Which one, Rio? The false about you?
Yang
Number? Oh, I'm right about Rio. I choose the 3, the third sentence. Okay, thank you, Rio. The next one, I will ask Modesto. Where is Modesto? Your turn now.
I don't know.
So many places that you have been go.
Okay. I have been on Bogor. Okay. I have been on Bali and I have been on Jakarta.
Where is your finger, Muhammad Iksan? Kiki, where is your finger? Okay. So, what's the answer, Modesto?
If you choose one, that's wrong.
So?
If you choose 2, that's wrong. Because I never been go to Jakarta.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong. I think you've been go to Jakarta. Okay, next. I will ask Imelda. Where is Imelda? I think because of signal, Imelda not with us anymore. Okay, Joel. Where is Joel? Joel?
Yeah.
It's your turn. Give us 3 sentences so we know you more.
One,
where's your video?
I have go to Bali. 2, I have go in to Thailand. 3, I have go to Jakarta.
Okay, which one?
Yeah, that's
the wrong.
Number 2.
About you. Number.
Yes, number 2.
Okay, I'm right. Okay, because of we have no more enough time. We're gonna close our program, our English club. First of all, thank you for Paul, Chen, and Esther for this time. Thank you for all the members of this English club for your time. We hope next month we still join to this English club. So you can ask another our friend to join us to become a member of this English club. We will tell you what date for next month to our schedule of English club. But now, before we closing, we will take a photo first. Okay? Please open your video. We will take a photo. Give your best smile. Okay. 1, 2. Once again. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Kak Lily. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you,
Thank
Esther.
you, Paul.
Thank you.
See you. Thank you, Esther.
Take care.
See you next month.
Friend from Aceh. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
From Aceh.